Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my computer science class. So, students, we were discussing the chapter Tables in Microsoft Access from class 8. We have discussed how to create a table in datasheet view, and then we were discussing how can we create table in design view. So now today let us discuss how can we set a primary key. So first of all, what is a primary key? A primary key is a key that differentiates the record in a file. It differentiates all the records. It is a unique value which is there in the primary key and which differentiates all the records. The data stored in a key field contains data that is unique to a specific record. A student record, for example, would use roll number as a key field because it uniquely identifies each student. In a class, all the students have different roll numbers, so it can be a primary key. For a school, we can use admission number as the primary key. So now let us see what is a primary key in the access window. So as we can see, these are the different field names and there is a small symbol of key in front of this admission number. So this is the primary key. By default, the first field in the table is the primary key, but we can change this. How can we change this? Look here. If I want roll number to be the primary key, I will click on roll number and then here there is a primary key button. There is a primary key icon. You have to just click on that. Click on this icon and you can change that this key symbol has shifted from admission number to roll number. If I want name to be primary key, I will click on this name and then I will click on this primary key. Now the name is the primary key. Then admission number. I want it to change it to admission number. I'll click on admission number and I'll click on this icon, primary key. A primary key is required for every table to identify records uniquely. We require this table. This primary key is required every time in all the tables that you create in Access. Now let us see how can we change the field size. So first of all, we can change field size in number type and text type only. Rest of the data types, they are already predefined, so we cannot change the field size. So as you can see here, this is short text. So I have told for text field data type, the field size is 255 characters. You cannot type more than 255 characters, but you can change this. I can change it to 150 also. Now the field size is 150. In this field, like in admission number, I cannot type more than 150 field, or I can change it to 10. I cannot write here more than 255 because it is short text type of field or text type of field. Now for number type of field, here you can choose from, it is written long number or it can be number also, and you have to click on field size. A drop down menu will appear. You have to click on that. Here long integer and replication ID is written. You can choose out of these. If suppose I am creating one more, I am changing this fees to, or let me write something like age, and I want it to be number. Now here we have more values. I can choose out of these byte, integer, long integer, single, double, all the decimal values also. So I can write here any one. I can choose from all these values. Now setting a default value, we can set a default value also, like all the fields will have the same value. If you type there will be a value for that specific field already written, and then you can change, like here it is class and I want a default value. So what will I do? I will click on this, and then in the general tab, default value, there is a column of default value, and I'll type 7. Now let us see what happens. I have written here default value as 7. Now let us go to the data sheet. So this is the data sheet view. I have added here in the class a default value 7. So admission number I have kept it as auto numbering. So I'll just type here. One has automatically appeared here. This is automatically class 7. Section, for section we can create a drop down list, as I have told how to create a lookup wizard. In the lookup wizard, roll number, age, etc. So in this way we can set a default value. Now set the field format. So for field format, we have to just click on the data type. In the general tab, there is a column for format, row for format. You have to click on that. A drop down list will appear. You can click on that. Wherever available, like for auto number, format is there, you can choose it from this format. Or for fees, you can choose a format. Currency is the format, and you can choose the format out here. How do you want the format to appear, currency to appear? Or for, since it is a short text, no format is there, you can write it for your own. For date or date and time also, we can add a field date of birth, and we can choose it as date and time. Let us see the format. We can choose any format. This is general format, long date, medium date, all these are different formats. So in this way we can set the field format for each field. Now next is creating validation rule. So a validation rule is used to force a field entry to meet a logical test. Like for the column of fees, sometimes what happens in writing the numbers, we can make a mistake, and a financial field is such that you have to be very careful. So for fees, I can set a validation rule, like let us see, this is fees, this is the data type as currency. In the general tab, there is a tab validation rule. You have to click on that, and you can write like greater than or equal to, sorry, greater than or equal to 30,000. Now what will happen? Let us check this in depth. So this is the fees column. Now I am writing here 30,000. It will accept. Now here I am writing, first I have to fill the detail because we cannot leave the primary key vacant. So I am writing a name. Now I am trying to write 25,000. it will not take 25,000 because I have set the validation rule that fees should be greater than or equal to 30,000 and it is showing a lower value. So what happens? It will display a message and will know that whatever we have entered is wrong, so we can correct it that. Okay, and then I can put a zero more. Maybe it is 2,50,000 and I have written 25,000, that is why like that. So this is setting validation rule. Now saving and closing the table. Now how can we save and close the table? We have to click on the save button, or we can click on file, save as, then we can save it. We can name the table, or if we have earlier named it, then we just have to click on the button save as. It will ask the name. You can fill the name, you can you can specify the place, like I have given desktop, and I'll click on save. It will be automatically saved to the desktop. Now next is adding records to a table. Now how can we add record to a table? We have created the database. Whenever we open the database, it appears blank. You just have to click a double click. You have to just double click on this and your table appears. So I have added few records. How can we add records to a table? We have to go, we can only add a record in the data sheet view. So first of all we have to go to a data sheet view and then we can add the records. I've added 2 records. Now the third record, I'll click on here. Automatically 3 appears here because it is auto numbered. This I have set a default value of 7. This is Bhumika section. I can create a drop down list using the lookup wizard. So now students, so this was all about the creating table in design view and datasheet view. Now you can save the table using the save icon or going to file menu and clicking on the save button. So student, this is very easy. I hope you have understood all the points, how to create the different fields, the different data types, the lookup wizard, everything properly, how to create the primary key. That is very important. So thank you students. In the next part we will complete the exercises of this chapter.